Greetings. I am Soundarya. We are going to present a topic managing human resources which covers various aspects like introduction, history, selection, recruitment, equality and diversity and much more. We shall begin with the definition of HRM. It is basically a method of developing potentialities of employees so that they feel maximum satisfaction of their work and give their best efforts to the organization. This definition was given by Piggers and Myers. So, managing human resources plays a very important role in any kind of organization, and we can see this in various sectors like construction and property, sales and marketing, financial firms, and hospitality industries, and much more. Talking about the history of HRM, this began in 19th century in Europe. It was post-industrial revolution, which was done by great two scholars called Robert Owen and Charles Babbage. Let's next head to the functions of HRM. Firstly, being human resource planning. It is very crucial for every organization to know how many employees are to be recruited and what kind of employees, what work description are they looking for. Second, being recruitment and selection. Finding the best candidates among all of them is very crucial. So, targeting and attracting the right candidates is very crucial. Performance management. It is very important to track every employees, how they've been performing and how much work they have been completing in a day. Learning and development. All employees learn and develop on their own. It just needs a time and track to keep how much work they're accomplishing in a day and to help them develop themselves. Rewards. Every employee needs a rewards. It could be in form of money, it could be in form of recognition, status, etc. Let's head to the objectives of HRM, which is achieving organizational goals. It is very important for the entire organization to achieve organizational goals, which is the primary objective of HRM. Next being the work culture. It's very important for all the employees to work well and have a bond between each other so that they can all work smoothly in the organization. Team integration. Teamwork is very important as we divide the work into each employees. It's very important to put in together the work and finish it. Next comes training and development. If there are any recruits, it's very crucial to keep them trained and developed. And if the current employees are doing well, they should be given training for the next coming projects. Employee motivation. It's very important for all employees to always stay motivated, and HRM has its objective to always keep their employee motivated it could be through rewards, so that would help employees to always accomplish their tasks. I shall be talking to you about two HRM models, but there are 4 HRM models, namely homegrown model, guest model, Harvard model and Warwick model. I shall be describing 2 of them in a brief. So homegrown model describes only 4 aspects, which is selection, development, appraisal and rewards in the organizational objectives. Its primary focus are only on these 4 objectives, so hence it lacks a lot of things. Whereas we come to the next model, Warwick model. This was model developed by 2 people, Henry and Pettigrew. This was model developed in the University of Warwick, henceforth it got its name. So there are 5 basic topics and aspects that we cover here. Outer context, which is the macro-environmental level. Inner context, which is the firm specific, which is like a micro level environmental. And then we have business strategy contents, HRM content and HRM context. Thank you.
Greetings. Hello, I am Abubakar Bed. So let's discuss about recruitment. The definition of the recruitment is the process of discovering the potential for actual or anticipated job vacancies. So the definition was given by DeCenzo and Robbins. So let's discuss about 2 major sources of recruitment, which is internal sources of recruitment and external sources of recruitment. So in internal source of recruitment means hiring people from within the organization. In other words, seeking applicants for the job positions from those who are currently employed with the organization. So in the internal source of recruitment, we have 3 major sources, which is transfer, promotion and referrals. So the transfers means shifting an employee from one job to another, technically of similar nature, without any change in his rank and responsibilities. And the promotions are the most common from the internal recruitment, wherein the employees are moved to the upper levels of the organization with more responsibilities and prestige. So the employee referrals. The present employees can also refer their friends and family to the job. They are well aware of the organizational culture, working conditions, and job recruitment. Let's discuss about the external sources of recruitment, which means hiring people from outside the organization. In other words, seeking applicants from those who are external to the organization. So we have a few points of external sources of recruitment, which is media ad, employment exchange, direct recruitment, casual callers, campus placements, and labor contractors, and walk-ins, and electronic recruiting. So let's discuss about few points, which is media advertisement. The media advertisement is the most common and preferred source of the external recruiting. The ads in newspapers, journals, and major magazines, etc. And the direct recruitment. The direct recruitment is also called as a factory gate recruitment, in an important sources of hiring, especially the unliked workers on the daily wage basis. So, and the casual callers, also called as unsolicited application, are the job seekers who come to the well-owned organizations casually, and the either mail or drop in the job application seeking for the job opportunities. So the recruitment process is identifying the hiring needs, which means why an organization has to recruit, and also preparing the job descriptions, recruiting employees depending upon the work required. And also we have talent search, finding the right candidates, and searching. We also search and shortlisting. The shortlisting is the best among the candidates. And the interviewing, the taking interviews of each candidate to see who has more capability, and evaluation and other offers to the employment. Introduction to organization, like new recruits should know all the colleagues and organization, so that we give them a brief intro, like a brief intro to them. Thank you.
Greetings of the day. I am Sarthak Pandit and I am going to discuss the HRM selection procedure. First of all, let's discuss about the selection definition. So selection is a process of assessing and interviewing potential employees for a certain role and choosing the best candidate who is qualified to fill the post as stated by Prabhu in 2020. This process starts after recruitment, and the applicants are divided into two groups: those who will receive job offers and those who won't. Sultan and others discussed the need for a considered selection process in 2020 because it is at that stage that the ideal applicant may be selected and unsuitable individuals can be dismissed. For instance, in some associations, a therapeutic assessment is conducted following a final decision, whilst in others, it may be conducted before to the final decision, as stated by Abdullah and Othman in 2015. The hiring choice is made after a number of processes in the selection process, including the initial receipt, applications, screening, interviews, medical exams, and reference checks. Gardi stated in 2021 that metrics of efficiency, effectiveness, relevance of stakeholders, and financial viability can be used to assess an organization's performance. Assessing a candidate's suitability by estimating how well they will be able to perform a role is one approach of selection. It involves applicant traits including values, ethics, and hobbies that align with the job's description. Along with accessing their experience, credentials, education, and training, you must also access their teamwork, decision making, leadership, and communication abilities. Additional interviews, personality assessments, presentations, etc. are conducted to aid in teaching a conclusion. Recent trends in hospitality. Let's talk about that. Since a few years ago, it has become more and more common to incorporate AI solutions into the HR recruitment process. Automated systems are increasingly used in sources and refining. They even communicate with job candidate to support and optimize the selection process. The knowledge-based search engines, as stated by Stohammer and Piazza in 2015, which is a system built to search content within the web, is one of the most used AI strategies in recruitment. To enhance the search results, the knowledge-based search engines uses an internal predetermined ontology-driven information extraction process. Let's talk about best practices considered in selection. The interviewer must be methodical and objective. The choosing process should be created with care. The interviewer should always choose candidates who meet the requirements outlined in the job description. They must also rely on factual evidence when making employment decisions and then give selectors the necessary training. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Akash. Today we are going to discuss about equality and diversity. Equality is a contested concept where people who praise it or disagree about what they are praising or disagree by Dworkin in the year of 2000. Equality means the state of being equal. It is one of the ideals of a democratic society, and so the fight to attain different kinds of equality like racial equality, gender equality, and or even the equality of having opportunity between rich or poor. It is often associated with the progress towards the ideal of everyone being truly equal. Equality doesn't have to be used only for social ideals though. The most basic description of equality in the workplace is lack of discrimination. It is the fair treatment of people regardless of any protected characteristics such as race, gender, disability, racism, religion, nationality, or even sexual orientation. It is important to note that an equal workplace isn't just one without discrimination. True workplace equality means that all employees have access to equal opportunities. Employees must work to ensure that all employees have an equal chance to excel, develop their skills, and progress in their career. The Act of 2010, which helps and makes sure that safeguarding of all the individuals from various influences such as discrimination in different forms of pay, gender, ideology, and many other forms. The Act is a widespread in its ability, where it consists of many older reforms and acts this new Act covers all the major threats to an individual who is working from all the internal and external threats. So the next concept which we're going to discuss is the diversity. Diversity refers to all of the ways in which people differ, including primary characteristics such as age, race, gender, mental and physical characteristics. And for secondary, it's nationality, education, income, religion, work experience, language skills, and even geographic locations, family status, communication style, military experience, learning style, economic background, and work and style, stated by Williams in the year of 2013. Diversity generally refers to the similarities and differences among individuals, accounting for all the aspects of their personality and individual identity. Some of the common dimensions of diversity are age, gender, race, disability, discrimination. The diversity definition refers to the existence of variations of different characteristics in a group of people. These characteristics could be everything that makes us unique or physically different. Diversity in the workplace is also closely tied with discrimination, bias, and discriminatory employment practices excluded people who have specific characteristics, making it difficult for organizations to achieve and maintain diversity. Building a diverse company means that you don't have to discriminate against protected characteristics and that you're equal opportunity employer. This will help build up your employer brand and keep employees satisfied and protected. Thank you so much.
Greetings for the day. I'm Vidit Hegde. I'm speaking about ethics in the workplace. So let's start with the definition of ethics. So as defined by Dr. Thomas Mahan, ethics in workplace is defined as the moral code that guides the behavior of employees with respect to what's right and wrong regard to the conduct and decision making. Ethical recruitment refers to recruiting focused on careful, considered selection and placement. A hiring process should have a regular, reliable candidates that allows position to be filled in a timely manner and doesn't leave candidates in an endless process. Why is ethical recruitment important? Often doing the wrong thing is far easier than doing what's right. That said, actions have its own consequences. To stress on the importance of ethical recruitment, it might be helpful to learn how exactly and how unethical behavior can lead your business astray. Ethical recruitment consists of accessing candidates without discrimination, moving the hiring process forward in a timely manner with the steady candidates, communicating professionally and sincerely with the job candidates. CSR, Corporate Social Responsibilities, is a self-regulating business model that helps a company to be socially accountable to itself, its stakeholders, and the public. By practicing corporate social responsibility, also called the corporate citizenship, companies can be conscious of what kind of impact they are having on all the aspects of the society, including the economic, social, and environmental. Corporate social responsibility is a business model that helps companies to make concreted effort to operate in way that enhance rather than degrade the society and the environment. CSR helps both to improve various aspects of the society as well promote positive brand image of the companies. Corporate responsibility programs are also a great way to raise morale at the workplace. CSR are often broken into 4 categories: environmental impacts, ethical responsibilities, philanthropic endeavors, and financial responsibilities. Starbucks is one of the leading examples of CSR. To conclude, I'd like to state that the success of a company can be influenced by effective hiring and setting practices. Both internal and external sources of the candidate should be taken into account during the hiring process. This will raise the likelihood of the organization that it will draw a diverse pool of candidates. Thank you.